I was going to Stateside Press. I'm here with Jack Shore, who returns to action this Saturday at UFC London. Jack, how are you?
I'm very good, Al. Thanks for good to chop it up again face to face rather than on text. But yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah, man, I'm very happy that we got to get this in. I got kind of depressed. I'm like, damn, this is the first time I'm gonna talk to Jack during his fight, and but I'm happy we made some time, and especially during fight week. So I really appreciate your time.
Always time for the number one journalist in MMA, so don't worry about that.
I appreciate that, brother. 3 days away. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Obviously I'm not cutting weight as such, but we're on fight week, so it's to be expected this week. Just want to get through the weight cut now, get that done, and move on to the fight. But cramp's been great. I'm feeling as sharp as I've ever felt. If not, it's cliche, I know, but I'm feeling really good going into this one. And I think with the crowd and stuff being back and it being local, it's just going to add to the performance. So I can't wait.
How was that dreaded weight cut?
Yeah, it is. It's the same as usual. Same old shit. Not eating much, drinking a lot of water, but I've had a good nutritionist this camp, so I'm looking forward to getting on those scales and fueling back to big tank and not skinny tank.
Bro, I'm knocking on wood. But you're almost to your fight without losing 700 opponents. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels great. And to be honest with you, when Timur was the guy they offered me, I sort of had a little inkling that this would be the guy they on fight night. He's game as they come. He's on the same route as me. He wants those big fights to get him to the top. So yeah, thankfully, let's hope no rug pulled yet from under us. I like to think that we're all good now. But yeah, fingers crossed, nothing yet.
Speaking of that, what do you think of Umar's performance at UFC 272?
Yeah, I think he looked really good. Obviously, I think Kelleher stylistically is a good match for him. Kelleher's he comes to bang. He's dangerous with that guillotine, but he's more known for his striking. So, but you can't knock him. First round sub against a guy who's been there with some real tough guys. Nothing but praise and respect. He looked really good.
You had media day today, this morning. Was that your first one?
Yeah, my first one. Obviously, pre-fight, I had like the mini press conference kind of thing after my last two. But yeah, it was my first one, and can't believe how busy it was in there. Like usually when I'm on the prelims and I jump out on the mic after the fight. There's like 4 journalists in there. There's about 50 odd in there today, and they absolutely flooded me with questions. Fair play, they came prepared. So yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed the time in front of in front of a lot of guys that I haven't obviously spoke to before. I enjoyed being able to show a bit of my personality off, because unless you've interviewed me one-on-one or know me fairly personally, you probably don't know me as much as a person, whereas a lot of these guys don't. So it was nice to crack a couple of them up with a bit of banter and stuff. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man, exactly. You have a great personality, and the bigger and the bigger and the bigger you get, the more people will see that. So I'm very happy that you got a media day to express yourself. Yeah, man, it's awesome. I wanted to mention your London's Calling series, which is awesome. Who came up with that?
I say me. It was sort of my idea, but not so much the series. I wanted to get back on the YouTube sort of circuit, and I thought no better time to do it than before a fight in London. Big hype for this fight. The fans can't wait to be back. So I thought it'd be a perfect time to give them an insight, and show them something with a bit of purpose. It's all well and good me putting up videos of me hitting pads and stuff, but they actually get to sort of see a couple of days in the life. And so I put a little message out just to see, if any, to get some prices and stuff on a camera guy. And there was a guy, Joe Robbins, and I've been on his podcast twice before, The Experience Reel. Check them out, obviously, if you haven't already. But he messaged me and said, look, I do all the editing and stuff for my podcast. I'd be willing to have a crack at it for you, and we'll do one and go from there. And we did one, and people seem to love it. And so we sort of decided to make like a 3-part series. And to be honest, like I've been watching it this week, and the views have been going up and up and up this week. So it must be because I'm plugging it a little bit, and I've also got a lot more eyes on my profile. But yeah, hopefully we can keep him going now. It's not just going to be like a fight camp thing. I'm going to try and do a couple of things out of camp where I don't know whether that be like food challenges or just follow me around doing normal stuff for the day rather than fucking training all the time. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Having Joe does it, takes the pressure off me. I'm gonna worry about remembering to pick up the GoPro and film myself and saying to people, "Oh, can you do this and can you do that?" It's just a case of like he blends into the background and lets me do my thing. And I think it comes off better on the channel. It shows my personality again a little bit more because you're not really even aware that the camera's there. You're just getting a raw. And I wanted to do it sort of bit like Nate Diaz's channel, a little bit raw. I didn't want too much editing. If the boys were sparring hard or sparring light, I didn't want nothing sort of planned or premeditated. And I'm really happy with what he's done. So shout out to Joe.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I know it's just a 3-part series, but I mean, are we gonna get a finale or what's up?
So I'm trying to get some bits and bobs this week. We did a little bit of filming Monday before I left. I haven't really got a great deal, if I'm honest. I'm fucking useless, but I'll try and get my old man to film a little bit at the weigh-ins, and I've actually got I've got a crew from the UFC following me. They're going to be following me for the next year, documenting my next 12 months, a bit like an embedded series. So if I can sweeten them up a little bit, maybe I can just steal a little bit of footage that they're not going to use, and maybe I can pass that on to Joe. But I'm hoping to get a finale, wherever that's. We were planning on getting one out before the fight, but I don't think I've fucking gathered enough footage, to be honest. Like, I should have been getting loads today and I didn't get any. So there's not going to be a lot going on tomorrow. So it may have to be like more sort of fight day and after party footage and get it out next week.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll take that. All right. Timur Valiev. I know at this point you've broken him down a million fucking times and you've talked about him. I guess just kind of, how do you see the fight going?
I think I've said it this week. For as long as we've been both in there and both fighting, it'll be fast. It'll be a lot of forward pressure. I don't think it's going to be a boring fight. It's not going to be it'll be tactical, but not too much stalemate. And he brings the fight. When I am working with one arm, I bring the fight as well. So it's going to be a good one for the fans. But I do want to put him away. I don't want to leave. I don't want to get another decision. I've had 2 in my last 2 fights, and I don't like that shit. I like to get in there and get out. So I think he'll take a little bit of breaking down, but I do think he's very good, but he's chaotic. And when you're chaotic like that against someone like me, you leave a lot of openings, and I'm very good at finding those openings.
Yeah. So about those 2 decisions, there's this narrative kind of going around that like Jack Shore is this boring fighter because of your last 2, and it's just like, dude, like, go back and watch his fights. Like, come on,
exactly.
Dude. I mean, like, he finished everybody up until his last 2 fights, and his last 2 fights, he's at, it's like, come on.
Yeah, well, like, even the last 2, like the Hunter fight wasn't a boring fight. That was fucking back and forth scrambling all the way through. And then the last fight, I fought the guy with one arm. You know what I mean? I could have pulled out. Like, I had to fight him with one arm. What do you want me to do? Like, it was, try and wrestle him and take him down with one arm and then end up on my back. I was like, look, sometimes, we're in the business where we double our money if we win. So, the last one, in my mind, it was a good performance because I did it with one arm. When I look back, I think to put on a shutout like that with only one, when you're completely compromised. Imagine what I could have done to him if I had 2 arms. So, hopefully this fight, I'm going in there injury free and I get to show a little bit more of that killer instinct.
For sure. I've been it's just like, don't. It feels like MMA. Everyone's just like, you're just as good as your last performance. It's just like, no, bro. Like, come on. Like, go back and look.
People forget quick, don't they, in this game? There's so many fights every weekend. People forget quick. You just have fucking the usual trolls. Oh, you're a bum and boring. And I'm like, mate, like, I was fucking at one stage, I was 13-0 with 12 finishes. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And listen, my finish ratio is a lot better than 90% of the guys in the UFC. You find me someone else who's had 15 wins with 12 stoppages. What's that, like 80-some%? But, it's pretty high. So, yeah, like you said, going back onto the old fights.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The sport is it's stupid. Last couple things for you, man. First of all right, you were at one point basically I think like the prelim headliner. Now you're back down the prelims, dude. Did you sleep with someone's wife on in the fucking UFC or what? What the fuck happened? Well,
No, I'm a very faithful man to my missus, and I don't know, who I've upset or if Graham have upset someone or what. But yeah, like you said, I've gone from the prelim headliner to the prelim co-main to now I'm fourth on. But I don't know. Look, one way or another, when they see the Welsh Army there on Saturday and the pop off the crowd, they're probably going to start thinking this up. This kid shouldn't be on the undercard. And trust me when I say that the Welsh, they're not interested in a lot of other people. So don't be surprised if I fight and 1,000 odd Welsh fans just up and leave the arena and think, nah, we've seen our boy, we're out here. So yeah, Dana, Sean, put me on the main card. Come on, what more am I gonna do? 15-0. Come on.
yeah, I just I don't I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Hopefully, I mean, let's fucking pray to the MMA gods that your next fight you'll be on the main card. Because, dude,
If I'm not on the main card next fight, I'm gonna make the fans protest and be like, listen, as soon as I fight, get up and leave. Just get up and leave.
exactly, dude. That'll show him. That'll show him. And then just finally, man, you're fighting in front of your crowd, man. The O2 Arena. I guess just finally, give me your emotions. Like, what are we gonna expect on Saturday?
You know, this is as close to an home show as I'm going to get, especially for my boys and all my supporters that are coming up from Wales and England. I've got a lot of English supporters as well. Expect the roof to come off. There's names on the card. Like Paddy's obviously a superstar now, and they're going to go mad for Aspinall. But I guarantee you, my ovation is going to be up there with the best, and especially when the classic walkout track drops. It's a crowd pleaser. So yeah, man, expect an electric atmosphere from the crowd, and that's only going to spur me and him on. When the crowd's bumping, the fight tends to be bumping as well. So no doubt they'll put on a show for the cameras, and then I'll put on a show for them.
Thank you so much for your time, Jack. I really appreciate it, man. If you want to plug into your social media, plug any sponsors you got, if you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Yeah, big thank you to all my sponsors for this camp. Check them out on my social media. Obviously, my teammates, my coaches, my missus, my mother, my sister for, basically waiting on me and the fucking camp and putting up with the mood swings and putting up with the attitude. And obviously, yeah, check my my Insta, Twitter, and stuff. But subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jack Tank Show. Let's bump those numbers up. So the more subscribers I get, the more content we can afford to keep pushing out. So yeah, check that out as well.